Feels good to me money today. You can give me money in person through PayPal. XAR blue sky designs phone just depends on you. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art shop INTAYIAFAY. I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. Dash accident. There's no electricity in my apartment. Yeah, that looks like I'm charging my phone out here in a city area. I'm a victim of a hate crime. Mostly everyone that I grew up around, including my siblings, are sex addicts, porn addicts, very gross, very disgusting, trying to rape you. They're so good. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles to get in the way of me receiving money. They steal my money. They concentrate on me and they separated from me. In the meantime, David doesn't sound financially stable now. I think that I have a home for myself. I don't have money to get to it. And I don't have money to sustain myself, dude. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money or gets in the way of me receiving money or stays in my home without my permission. Or steals my vehicles with the intention of raping me or raping Jaden or raping people. What else? When I'm financially stable, I'm going to travel economy people I tell you. It was 15 minutes to take on my first food today. What else? You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. Se debe sentir con una puerca, una asquerosa. Yeah. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. Se debe sentir con una asco. He fakes me. He hires people illegally to pretend to be me. They're disgusting. My siblings pretend that I'm a toddler. Are you laughing at this? My siblings pretend that I'm a toddler, trying to get credit for my toddler exploration as if the part of my sexuality is what makes them sexy or what makes me sexy. Fool, they're embarrassing. Literally, I have Sante asthma from being starved and not having money for food because they're trying to rape me. They're disgusting. So apparently, look, I used to have in orgies until I was a toddler or 3. And once I started catching feelings for people, like 2 of my second cousins or 3, they stopped taking me to orgies because people there were doing it all wrong. Like one of them was like trying to promote Catholicism marriage. Ew, una asquerosidad. Ginny and that it is also so is far from sexy. She's disgusting. So esos nenes son bien cuero asquerosos, so that's who they progress with. Porque that's who they stayed in orgies with. Y él dice, por los, literally. Yeah. They settled for basura, literally, so gross. They deserve so much better than esa cosa. Ew, 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 ew. Yeah, so bad. Decades ago. Ella se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, me roba mi vehículo, me roba mi dinero, gets in the way of me receiving money para que yo no pueda estar con él. And he's trying to kill me because I was succumb to his stupidity. Like, if that's why he entertains that con vaca asquerosidad, illegal prostitute, kidnapper, que es una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want a relationship with anyone. A toddler. So my electricity bill right now is past due because they steal my money and they get in the way of me receiving money. They bully me so I don't have energy to even work and no money to work. They're trying to rape me. They're embarrassing. There's like people that are of adult age for decades already. They're so gross. Ew, they're frightening. They're disgusting. They're terrorists. They killed millions of people trying to kill me because they're trying to fake that I'm a toddler. They're trying to fake that I'm living up poor when I'm not. So that just disrupts the environment. Ew, ew, ew. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. Ew, ew. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Ginny Gendali. You can decapitate Ginny Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Sosa. That rape me, they steal my money, they get in the way of me receiving money, they stay in my homes without my permission, they steal my vehicles, they are unhealthily obsessed with me, the girl that they met in 20 days. And I don't ever talk to them. What else? 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 Anyways, I know some of you are laughing privately. Like I would have wanted, porque I don't have an audience to laugh at those people that I grew up around. They're so disgusting. I don't ever bring them up to anyone. I don't find that necessary. I just bring them up to the police. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm heading over to Guadalupe Shrine Church to get food if they're offering food. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. I heard decades ago that people know about the people. A lot of them are so disgusting that they attend orgies to snoop and stalk people, and if they see people smiling at each other, or they think people are catching feelings, they go on to pray behind the scenes. Hands up next time, you two need to be on top of this dick, you two need to be with this girl, so that they don't fall in love, so that we don't lose that pussy, so that we don't lose the dick. Yeah. Ew, 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 ew. At least 100 or 200 people. Did I need to kill self-defense? You can decapitate that Jordan and Parker, the Milberg's kids. If they stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, you can decapitate regard of these kids. If they stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, get in the way of your saving money. Or steal my money. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I'm bored. Yeah, those are great babies. Channel Rivera's kids are great babies. Angela Brown's kids are great babies. Entonces no porque you can decapitate Shannon Rivera, you can decapitate Angela Jams. What else? What else? What else? They stay in my home without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money, steal my money, so that I'm not available to people to take because they are dogs. They're trying to traffic me into my parents' home where I'm not even welcome. And now that they've killed Julian Nilsson, they're trying to traffic me into my parents' home for my second cousin to rape me there. Like they did when I was a younger child. Because I didn't attend the orgies, they used to rape me in my parents' home themselves. You can look up it is the Oliver's, the Andrews, the Alex Suarez, and Bobby Sanchez. They're not men. What else? 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 You can decapitate chocolate, you can decapitate, and then another thing stays in my hands without my permission, steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, killed me on purpose so that people would rape me decades ago. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me? I need to clean my corner. I'm seeking food. I'm not taking notes. Video calls. But I haven't eaten just yet. I plan to clean my apartment when I wake up, and then I'll head over to the library. Mostly under live. That's all. If I buy food for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? I want to take a I can get to the college and take a class. What else? There's just tests that I need to study. And I don't know that energy from those people that I met around are so poquita cosa. They thought that I would illegally cross just simultaneously and they're on social media. You know how expensive. Not complaining. It is to take two kids to the mall every day. Even though I'm not taking them to the mall. With me every day. But I'm used to shopping for myself, getting it on me almost every day. It feels like it. Not necessarily because one buys like several outfits at a time. And then there's the outings, and then there's the food, and then there's the homes, and then there's the vehicles. What else? 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 They want to try to piggyback on, oh, she has to do the art. So that's why they tried for one to illegally prostitute. Stops. Trying to find out who it is that I date for her to offer herself as a better option. She's obsessed with me. I don't even know why. I don't even know her. She's just a straggler. They used to hang out around my parents while her kids were, while her parents were working decades ago. And she has an unhealthy obsession that she steals from me. She gets in the way of me receiving money. She stays in my home without my permission. She steals my vehicles, and then she wants to try to tell me that she's better than me. Huh? Es bruta. Is bruta. Just because I'm not, like, I don't talk to her, like, every day, like, stop stealing from me. It doesn't mean that I don't remember that she's a scumbag asquerosidad. Ew. It's called me having manners. So I could have been like at a family party around her and not beat her in self-defense. They think that's a weakness. They want attention. They're sex addicts. They're porn addicts. They're sorors. She feels good every time trying to get a conversation. No entiende lo que es una orgía. Who was hosting them? Ew. No entiende lo que es una orgía, no entiende lo que es matrimonio, no entiende lo que es ser mujer. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Decades ago, she said to me that it's so easy because she steals from me for her to rape my crushes. So did she continue raping Rachel and whatever this? Ew. Es un asco. Es un asco. Y eso no es una catalogación. Que they're like, wow, the best friend, porque ella se hace pasar con mi best friend para que yo le diga, para que le enseñe mi foto, mi ropa interior cuando yo me envío ropa interior. What else? about. I miss him. I'm gonna cook for myself today, not all the electricity. My family version, they're terrorists, so they're trying to imply that you won't have electricity. Do they try to make you dollar poor in the United States? Do they pester? They rape so many boys and bears ever. They hate them. Trying to make people poor so that people can't pay for their electricity. Trying to see people to rape. They think that if you're poor, you're gonna have to do this. Saudi Arabia is the only one who can get more and you're seeing them. They say my homes without my permission, they steal my vehicles, they're so disgusting. They rape, they murder, they steal their servers. Yeah, they've been raping for more than 30 years. He stole my money to date him and then things that I used. And I have no obligation to take him out a date ever. And because of my starvation is off on seeing me suffer. Because of why he killed me before I was born. Just for my generational wealth that I don't have access to. Most of the time that's what it is. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I didn't even remember. They're that insignificante. One of them said to me decades ago that he would record where he was his penis that isn't made for to terrorize me. And he would record and take pictures of everything that he does with the money and homes that he steals from me. Él no significa algo para mí, él es un asco. I don't even remember his name. What else? What else? What else? What else? Did he think he doesn't know how to gauge intelligence and stuff? Yeah. Bill will sleep over the conversation. Said to him decades ago, do without demeanor, she is not going to try to find out what it is that you say or do to her behind the scenes. Why don't you just do something productive? You're wasting your time trying to terrorize her. Remember that demeanor? She's never gonna talk to you ever again. I haven't talked to him. I don't plan to see what he is. He's doing with the money that he steals from me. Also, he already reported it to the FBI. I've heard they get frustrated, so that they will go on to send it to the international community. There's a link where one to send pictures and possibly videos. They possibly get so frustrated that they don't talk to me. They're like, whatever, I'm say to the international criminal court and confess what I've been doing to try to get her to kill herself, or I'll kill myself. That's what I heard decades ago. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. They're that one. And they kind of they build or trying to make me you can think of these terrible what else? What else? I'm bored. Let's get me money today. Let's get on the beach. Next week. What else? Or at the pool here when it's warm and it's big. What else? What else? I want to visit Italy and talk about next week. Let's get me money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Looking for the word pine. You can decapitate David Ledesma. That raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Does he terrorize them then with I've got your girl and I just raped her? And Zendaya and I don't even talk to each other and I don't ever plan to talk to them. As a fan of his music, I may visit him at a meet and greet if he hosts one of those again. If I don't get to attend his concert in Houston. They're embarrassing that they stay stuck in those cycles of talking to people. That's why I've never pursued Zendaya either. It's like, where did he get the drugs from? Akon hasn't ever drugged me to my knowledge. And is very much protective of me not wanting that environment for myself or him or Jaden and Kignani. So decades ago, he's like, I would suggest you pursue them, like you're staging. Or where did he get the drugs from? What else? 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 Supposedly, I was that Andrew Cohen looking for somebody to so that people that I did toddler exploration with would rape me. Yeah. Still to this day. Being with people that he did toddler exploration with me. My eyebrows look amazing. He goes on to decades of to drug me and have those people rape me. It was because he's in beers and they bought him 50 something. And his brothers are like one in his 40s, 135, one like 50 something. They still rape and have sex. He does not sex with people that they're not attracted to. Because they're porn addicts and they're sex. And they don't want to hurt people. What else? They're financially stable, so you don't want to pay. sons that raped me. That's the only one that get in the way. You see money. And steal my homes and steal my vehicles. Ignorant is that I don't suing because that divorce is not included. Or maybe we did in my property very amicable, possibly. Or he and I had a very relationship and had been. So there may not be anything. It may just be like a reminder of the very keys. This is the address of your home. That I can just have a lawyer like see for all my problems, regardless. Porque he has a home, but using the lady stole it from him, or he has the keys. He has a home, I have a home, I have another home. I think it was built. And there's a home for myself that came up out of that relationship of the home where I'm meant to be polyamorous. I always consider it, but I don't think so. I know back then I didn't like rule him out after I had children with him of group sex. It's just I didn't want anyone there while having children with him. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So my dad, as an experiment of is division that it is on is full, made her, gave her the keys of my home and said, well, you're in charge of when Arlene gets pregnant or has kids, to remind her because Arlene suffers from amnesia when people steal from her. You're in charge of reminding Arlene, like Arlene, here's the key to your home with every pregnancy or not. So did she keep the keys? Because I think I showed up to her home. And I said, give me the keys to my home. I don't want you having them. I don't know why he did that. And he's trying to put her in jail. Or get her killed with the that right now. But I don't like that happening with my property. She already steals from me. Because they're not going to be able to live in it anyways. She already knows the address and she's going to be stalking me. So you're gonna be okay. If Baker joins the Air Force, you're gonna be okay. But you're gonna make sure that you don't miss out on anything. Pero ya by now, like that's a lost cause for his homes because she knows where they are and she's gonna be stalking. That's what my dad said. So she never gave me the key or he never gave me the key. What else? 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 I don't like my property. What else? What else? What else? You can be confident in using the religious resources as steals from me that doesn't matter. The stays in my home without my permission, the stays in my baby, she's disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? I find it fascinating how I miss a word. And then I find, I'm like, didn't I look at this face already? What else? What else? They tried to get me to take care of that guy that's on a wheelchair. Even no. Ew. They're trying to make me like so I never have time to date. As if people that work in the service industry don't have time to date. They're just those people that they grow up around. Ew. I'm not or they put him there trying to get me to take care of him. I think he's a colleague of my parents' decades ago. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Looking for the word pineapple. What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel planet with people. I do universe. What else? Yeah, they don't know how to speak. They speak like telenovelas, like movies. Those people they're embarrassing. They're porn addicts. They're stoners. Those cheese melting. Ew, that's disgusting. Ew. 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 Disgusting. I need all this in the shop and each other too. What else? I may take a picture later. I've been taking pictures of this architectural element. What the fuck? The highlight of some people's data.
Right, good, wait and see. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm sending my GoFundMe donate to people through Instagram or through email. And maybe in the spam folder somewhere. And I'm being patient. A lot of people are like, keep going. Ideally, your family or just stop stealing from you, getting like your money. Or what do we do? We have to pick up the stuff that we want to. Not because you're not deserving as a human being. But because your family is your family. So some people may want to suffer because they're like, well, ideally, we don't mind if she dies and her family of origin goes to jail. I've heard. What else? What else? That's why I don't talk to people or I say to strangers, like, are you really gonna let me die? What else? 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 When I'm financially stable, I'm throw with front of people. I do my parents. I'm actually. You can decapitate the amigos para sus sons are in the summer moon that I steal my home, they steal my vehicle. They're very unhealthy. They use drugs closely. They hire illegal prostitutes. They rape, they murder, they steal, and then they think that is goody two shoes like myself is just gonna go up their standards to become like a video boy, basura, asquerosidad, and have sex with him. So that's why he causes like a beating of me. I have something last month because I haven't had food stability in a while. I have electricity in my apartment. They're very aggressive, very dumb. I don't want that in my life. That's not a cry of people. That's just inadequacy. Not a man. What else? What else? I'm gonna shop at Target today. It's 15. Let's see. What else? 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 So they didn't that's like people and says, I didn't realize that she had a kid. She didn't tell me that it was hers. I didn't see her when she was pregnant. And she's been staying in my homes without my permission. They're stupid with so many girls. They want a conversation with one, trying to rape one. And my dad is the death of me. Literally, it's like, I need you to remember. So you keep seeking the death penalty for her. So he does shit like that. Like, why are you giving her money so that she takes care of me? If I break a hip when I'm older, I'm never gonna be around her. He's like, exact. Didn't you just hear that in the lyrics? To Arlene, you're just a straggler. And you live obsessed with que I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Like, ¿qué carajo es eso? Ew, 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 ew. So my dad like has put her in situations like that in front of me so that I remember her because she literally like I don't know her. So that I seek the death penalty for her. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he saying that if I don't even know this person? What else? What else? What else? What else? She wants to be Madeline's daughter because Madeline was on my new cars, ladies. Pobre Ana Invasores. If she was using these cars because that's like what she likes, some people don't buy from here, but they can buy because like I've done that sometimes too. They used to point it out. They're like, why are all the people with brand new vehicles? I'm not that. So Jimmy in the movies dedicates a question that they have to pick up my every Monday. So it's like, ladies, brand new vehicle. In the meantime, Jesús weird song le aplicado a ella. And Madeline doesn't even like her. So she shouldn't be listening to Madeline's ill advice of like to be in the society o la persona que viola. Even if it rape, steal from people's people's homes without their permission. Rape might make them cry before they turn into bad men. So Jesus Wilson Lorenzo has immunity to kill Arlene Lorenzo. Porque not only his daughter is bruta. Arlene Lorenzo se ve lo hace a propósito. Trying to, what is it, recruit terrorists. So Marilyn recruits terrorists, and Ginny and Marilyn is brutal by nature because I haven't ever remembered a day when she's been smart. And I think like we were around together when I was like a toddler and then a preschooler. And decades ago, I'm like, why don't you just stick to fashion? Porque they tried to turn me into her mentor-ish, but then Yolanda and other distant cousins that I have, they're like, you need to be around her. So you see the penalty for her. She's acting out like Fulan and her family avoided the stops this way around. As if that's something worshipful. You know her and you're like, oh, that poor thing. There isn't a woman. That's exactly what James and Ellie discussed. Like, you don't even know her. So they had her in school around me, so I remember her face. And they would like occasionally like put her like in the same party that I was in. My parents or her parents were like, can you like show up? Like I could bring her to my parents' home. Like let's have a meeting here Or let's walk to the bakery and buy a treat and then eat it at my parents' home. Porque they're like, you're not her life coach percent, you may never listen. Pero we want to talk like a lady. So occasionally, like my parents or her parents would work and they'd be like, I need to visit her in her home for like a few minutes, but I'll just go ahead and say hi to her. But if she's cooking, she said, so help her out in the kitchen if you wish to do so. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So decades ago, I'm like, why don't you just like immerse yourself into just fashion? Like everyone has the potential to be a model if you don't want to work. They're like, I don't want to exist. I don't want to influence anyone to do anything. So they do they rape, they murder, they steal. Just knowing that they're not the influencer of do good, be a Miss Shoes that never does cocaine. To make people miserable. So that I don't fall into that trap of being miserable, like her, she steals from me. So that I start, so I try to. So no. Oh, and then the people are like, Arlene is an influencer, but even some of us that are adult age behave like much better and not so stressed out. And they're like, I'm never gonna give her the satisfaction or my mother of behaving. So that's some gossip when people said things. So even the boys would sometimes search for me. And again, Minos Carrero and some of them, I mean, even some that I think I would make. As they did when I was jerked without my consent. They're like, you need to kill Jimmy Genders now. Like she's planning on having babies. Pretending that she's here. Very scary. Very scary. And I'm like, here's my favorites.